Hi, I'm Ekopri from MBA ITP and you are watching a short video about labor market in the macroeconomy.
Okay, let's start from the basic concept. The labor force is the number of employed plus unemployed. Labor demand curve is a graph that illustrates the amount of labor that firms want to employ at each given wage rate. Labor supply curve is a graph that illustrates the amount of labor that households want to supply at each given wage rate. Classical economists believe that the labor market always clears if the demand of labor shifts from D0 to D1, the equilibrium wage will fall from W0 to W1. Anyone who wants a job at W1 will have one. Okay, now let's try to answer this question. This is the correct answer. If wages stick at W0 instead of falling to the new equilibrium wage of W star following a shift of demand from D0 to D1, the result will be unemployment equal to L0 minus L1. Okay, now let's try to answer this question. This is the correct answer. Minimum wage laws is laws that set a floor for wage rates, that is a minimum hourly rate for any kind of labor. Okay, now let's try to answer this question. This is the correct answer. The ES curve shows a positive relationship between the price level P and aggregate output income Y. This curve shows a negative relationship between the price level P and unemployment rate U. As the unemployment rate declines in response to economies moving closer and closer to capacity output, the price level rises more and more. The Phillips curve shows the relationship between the inflation rate and the unemployment rate. Okay, now let's try to answer this question. This is the correct answer. Changes in the price level and aggregate output depend on shift in both aggregate demand and aggregate supply. AD shifts with no AS shift trace out the AS curve there is a positive relationship between P and Y. AS shift with no AD shift trace out the AD curve that is a negative relationship between P and Y. If both AD and AS are shifting, there is no systematic relationship between P and Y. Okay, now let's try to answer this question. This is the correct answer. Expectations are self-fulfilling. This means that wage inflation is affected by expectation of future price inflation. Price expectations that affect wage contracts eventually affect price themselves. Inflationary expectations shift the Phillips curve to the right. Okay, now let's try to answer this question. This is the correct answer. If the AS curve is vertical in the long run, so is the Phillips curve. In the long run, the Phillips curve corresponds to the natural rate of unemployment. Natural rate of unemployment is the unemployment rate that is consistent with the notion of a fixed long-run output as potential output. U star is the natural rate of unemployment. It is about near U. To the left of the near U, the price level is accelerating or positive changes in the inflation rate. But to the right of the near U, the price level is decelerating or negative changes in the inflation rate. Only when the unemployment rate is equal to the near U is the price level changing at a constant rate. It means no change in the inflation rate. Okay, now let's try to answer this question. This is the correct answer.